One of the number one myths about addressing racism is that the issue is individuals and that the work is to address individual prejudices. Please don't make racist jokes. Please don't look at somebody too long. Please don't touch somebody's hair without their permission, etc., etc. This work is important, but it's part of a bigger system. And I would argue that that system of oppression applies to sexism, to homophobia, disability. It applies to all these other isms. And that's why you'll never hear me talking about just race or just gender. I always talk holistically about these issues because they're so deeply interconnected. The system of oppression that we're talking about operates at multiple levels. And so that's called a systemic understanding of inequality. And when you work like me as a change agent and a change maker, my job is to understand how the organization I'm working in sits inside of a system that reinforces inequalities at the level of the individual, at the level of the interpersonal, at the level of the institutional, at the level of the structural, at the level of the systemic, and even at the level of culture, cultural racism. There are multiple systems, and they each act in ways that reinforce and compound inequality so that those who have privilege continue to have more privilege, and those who don't continue to have a hard time breaking out of that cycle. Now, I want to make it clear, I am not having this conversation to incite any kind of hatred. What I do believe is that in order for us to change anything that's not working in society, we need to first start with an understanding of what it is that's happening, why it's happening, and then where are the opportunities for improvement and change, and what is our role within that. And so for some organizations at the community level, they will have a particular entry point into this work where they focus on what they're doing within cultural awareness and institutional work and within the community. And at other levels, we're talking about understanding law. That's one of the things that makes me unique. I don't want to have a conversation about the interpersonal without connecting it to the systemic issues. I think that's so important. Uncomfortable as it might be to have right now, it is part of doing this work responsibly because we work within a system that we're not all able to control. But that doesn't mean that there aren't elements within that system that we have an impact on and that we have power and influence over. This work is hard, it's complex, it is difficult to get right. People get offended along the way, but where I'm coming from is a place of, I want a better world. I want a better world for me. I want a better world for you. I want a better world for all of us. And it starts with information. It starts with understanding. I am Karen. I am the go-to expert for organizations who are serious about doing equality work right, because there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. And my goal is to make sure that anyone I work with is doing this right. Please keep following me for more engaging content on these and other topics.